I was studying woodpeckers up on Mary's Peak, and I heard a seabird. This was in the mid-1980s, and I suspected they were marbled murrelets, but there were no recordings of the bird available to me at the time. Finally, in 1986, I was able to prove that they were marbled murrelets, and I was fascinated to learn that there was almost nothing known about them, and the first nest had been found in Big Basin Redwood State Park in California in 1974, but there were no other nests known at the time. Because they nest in the mid-canopy or above, their nests are not easily found, and because of their cryptic behavior, it makes it even harder. You can have 5 people standing around a known nest. I've pointed out where the nest is, and nobody will see the bird come or go, and that's how secretive they are.
Behind me is some good marbled murrelet habitat. You'll see a variety of trees back there, some big, some small. In particular, there's one directly behind me that is a big, what we call a wolfie tree. It's got a lot of big branches. Murrelets need a large branch to nest on. They're looking for a branch that's easily 4 to 6 inches in diameter or larger. And on that branch, ideally would be a good-sized layer of moss. That is their nest. Its habitat, is particularly in this area here, is fairly sparse. There isn't a lot to it. So our goal is to increase that and hopefully someday get that bird off of the endangered species list.
They decided, well, how are we going to restore marbled murrelets? So our idea was we couldn't just create habitat for marbled murrelets, so we had to find somehow on private land some marbled murrelet habitat that could likely be logged. And if we would purchase that and prevent it from logging, that was our restoration of the murrelets. Eventually, the Siletz tribe, who was one of the trustees, they stepped up to the plate. And they met all the requirements for forest management. They've been doing good things for forestry, plus it was in their ancestral home range. So we said, we're going to deed the property to the Siletz tribe, and we did. And it was deeded with a very, very specific conservation easement that they had to do certain things, very specific things for murrelets, make sure that it was managed in perpetuity for marbled murrelets, you know, the purpose of the restoration.
We are standing in the middle of what we call our Reed Creek property, which is about 9 to 10 miles north of Siletz. It is a marbled murrelet property that was returned to the tribe in 2007 for the purpose of protecting and managing for marbled murrelet habitat. When the tribe originally received the lands, about a third of the property was current or occupied murrelet habitat. Our goal over time, as part of our long-term management plan, is to double that amount of habitat. There's been a variety of activities on the land. We've done a lot of road work to open things up in different places, particularly for fire protection. We've done some pre-commercial thinning out here to create more habitat. We've installed some gates. People draw in predators just by being here. And so we have restrictions on when people can come in, and those gates have helped us to keep people out during those particular times.
About 70% of the nests fail every year, and the main reason for failure is predation by corvids. And so we are marking birds at sea at night, putting VHF tags on them, so that we can follow them to their nest sites and learn more about their nesting habitat. But we want to learn more about what are the most important characteristics that they need for nest success. You know, there's not an experimental study that's been done to say, okay, if you log this much here, you thin this much here, in 200 years, this looks like murrelet habitat. So that's kind of a missing piece that hopefully from the work that the Siletz tribe is going to do, we will have, because they'll have before information, after information, how much they thinned and what they did. So 100 years or more from now, we can look and say, okay, this was the best strategy for creating murrelet habitat.